So our today's topic for topic Decodified is Indian maritime challenges. So we'll see why is this in news, what is Yuan Wang 5, importance of maritime security for India. Then we'll look different agencies which are working for maritime security. Then we'll see challenges to the maritime security and the Maritime India Vision 2030. Then we'll move on to our prelims question and question for the mains. Before starting, I want to tell you that we are starting a batch to target prelims 2023, which will start from 15th of January. So first 50 aspirants will avail 25% discount in their fee. You can contact to our number or you can come to our head office as well, which is in old Rajinder Nagar, New Delhi. So we'll see why is it in news. Recently, Sri Lanka's envoy in India said that India Sri Lanka should build a framework to discuss maritime concerns like the Chinese satellite and missile tracking ship, the Yuan Wang in the Hambantota port. What is Yuan Wang? So Yuan Wang is a third generation vessel of the Yuan Wang series that entered service in 2007. This series of ships include space tracking ships involved in supporting the manned space program. It has the ability to track satellites and intercontinental missiles. Now, what is Hambantota Port? So, Hambantota International Port Group is a public-private partnership and a strategic development project between the government of Sri Lanka and China Merchants Port Holdings. This project was given to China by Sri Lanka on a 99-year lease after Sri Lanka failed to repay Chinese loans. It is seen as a case of Chinese debt trap diplomacy. So, importance of maritime for India. India have one of the largest fishing fleets globally with the coastline of 7,516 kilometers along the mainland and island territories. India occupies a significant position in the maritime economy of the world trade and overseeing the busiest of the international shipping lane. There are 9 coastal states, 4 union territories and 1295 islands spread along the coast of India, including on the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the east and Lakshadweep Islands in the west. So now we will see what are the agencies which are working for maritime security. Basically, the attack of 2611 highlighted the vulnerability of a coastline and its security. Different agencies which are working are Indian Coast Guard, Indian Navy, Coastal Security Police, Customs, Port Authorities, intelligence agencies and other central and state departments are the stakeholders in the ocean governance. Now we will see challenges to the maritime security. So increase in the container traffic, chip shortages due to the Russia-Ukraine war as these semiconductor chips are necessary for building of the ships. Increasing influence of China in the Indian Ocean, it is one of the major challenges which we face. Increase in the plastic pollution, increase in the coastal erosion, then assets descriptions, example Suez Canal blockage. So what is Maritime India Vision 2030? So up to 2030 there are some important points. Development of the green sustainable ports to increase the share of renewable energy to over 60% by 2030 from less than 10% presently. So these are the basically focus of the government to reach the target of zero accident ports by 2022. Make in India, make for the world, become a leading shipbuilding nation by 2030. Then set up a maritime development fund to provide low cost long term funding to the maritime sector stakeholders. You can see here the ports of China and India as well. The Yuan Wang 5 entered India through this Sunda port, Sunda Strait, and it also enters through the Malacca Strait sometimes. There is Gwadar port of China here, then we have Chaba port here. So you can see the strategy of China. China is trying to basically circle India. Remember this as it is important for the map work. Now we will see for our prelims question. So consider the following in respect of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. So IUNS was held in India in 2015 under the chairmanship of the Indian Navy. IONS is a voluntary initiative that seeks to increase maritime cooperation among natives of the littoral states of Indian Ocean region. Then you have options that which of the following statements are correct. You have to find the correct option from the given codes. Now we'll move on to a mains question which came in 2014, that with respect to the South China Sea, maritime territorial disputes and rising tension affirm the need for safeguarding maritime security to ensure freedom of navigation and overflight throughout the region. In this context, discuss the bilateral issues between India and China.